Welcome back. It has been a week and a half now since a local woman learned she is part of a trio of scientists to win the 2025 Nobel Prize in Medicine. Mary Brunkow got the call back on October 6th. The Nobel Committee gave her and two other scientists the award for their groundbreaking work on immune system tolerance. And we're honored to have Mary with us this morning. She's in the Arc Lounge with Steve. And Steve, take it away.
Yes, and Mary, I was telling you, I have been looking forward to this conversation all week. Thank you so much for coming in. I know you're getting a lot of requests from people being like, hey, can we talk to her? Can we talk to her? Can we talk to her? And honored to have you here this morning.
Well, thank you.
As Theron just mentioned, I know it's been about a week and a half since you got that phone call. Has it sunk in that this has happened to you yet? Or are you still kind of like surreal land?
It's still surreal,
Yeah?
but it is sinking in. And I guess, you know, the more I talk to my colleagues who are scientists, as well as my co-winner and co-worker,
Yes.
Fred Ramsdell, we've had a lot of, you know, conversation, which, you know, we have both realized that it is not a hoax. It really is real.
It is real.
Very, very exciting.
Yes, and it's happened to you. So a lot of people have been asking, you know, when you get a phone call from the Nobel Committee, obviously a phone call you probably don't expect.
Right.
And I had heard reports that you didn't take the first call because you thought it was spam. Is that right?
Yeah, I let the phone buzz twice, like within 2 minutes of each other, just after 1 a.m. on Monday morning, last Monday morning.
Now, were you asleep at the time?
Oh, sound asleep.
Okay.
Sound asleep. But I looked at the phone and it was, you know, international number from Sweden, and I thought, spam, and so I put the phone in Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
And went back to sleep.
And then they called the second time, right?
Well, apparently, I realized afterwards. Then I went back and looked at all the phone calls, and there were actually 7 calls.
7?
And a couple of voicemails, which I didn't see until after I was fully awake. So then there was a person on the front porch, you know, around 3 or 3:30 a.m., and my husband, you know, heard noises, and I became vaguely aware that there were voices in the living room, and it was a photographer from the Associated Press. You know, she'd been told, go to this address and get pictures of the reaction. And, you know, she knew she was not supposed to be the one to make the announcement, but it was the only way to get into our house, right? So she told my husband, somehow convinced him that, yeah, his wife had won the Nobel Prize. And it was just so unbelievable. Still, you know, it took hours of, you know, kind of chaos and more phone calls and, you know, some Zoom interviews and that sort of thing. And then really, started sinking in.
Take us through those initial moments when, you know, you get that news. I mean, this is such a coveted prize around the globe.
Yeah.
And here you are, somebody who's living in Seattle who has done some extensive research for a long, long time, and you get that phone call that says, you have won this thing. What is that like, sort of processing such a huge honor like this and realizing that you're the one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the one of three. Yeah. Just awesome. I mean, I guess at the time that we did the work, we knew that it was something important.
Yeah.
But obviously, the Nobel Committee's job is to find those discoveries that have really long-lasting and broad impact.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we published the work 25 years ago, and then we had a couple more years at the biotech company where I was working to continue our work, and then the company was closed so that our work kind of came to an end in my career, made some changes,
Shifts.
and, you know, I haven't really been working specifically in that area. So to suddenly be faced with the news that that work from 25 years ago is being recognized, you know, at the highest level was overwhelming, but of course, you know, humbling and gratifying all at the same time. And so for the last week and a half, it's been really quite a journey for me to really, you know, look back, think back on the work that we did, and then also see how it really has made some major impacts on in the world of, clinical treatments and the way we think about how the immune system works.
Yeah, I want to ask you a little bit more about the research and the work that you're being recognized for in just a second. You had mentioned, how crazy the past week and a half has been, though. How has this impacted your life in such a short amount of time?
Well, I think that the most pleasant part of it has been how much I've heard from so many people, from every part of my life. People that I haven't talked to in years, as well as people that I do know. It's just been this overwhelming flood of support and congratulations. And so it's wonderful to make contact with people again. Of course, I haven't been able to get back to them individually very, very well yet, but I'm working on that. So in that sense, it's been, on a personal level, it's been super, gratifying and a happy time to hear from people, get so much support. But now there's also on a practical level, we're preparing for the trip to Stockholm in early December to actually get the award, and that's going to involve a lot of preparation, and I'll be giving a lecture, before the Nobel Committee and all that sort of thing. So there's, a lot of preparation and just, travel prep and that sort of thing. So.
Yeah. A lot of work to come over the next couple of weeks before you take this big trip.
Yeah.
So take me back to a couple of decades ago and the research that prompted this recognition. And for people at home who may have a hard time sort of understanding the scientific nature of this work and the research that you did, describe what it looked at and what you found.
Yeah, so I started work as a scientist at a small startup biotech company that was located up in Bothell called Darwin Molecular. And the vision of the company was to use gene discovery and to take advantage of the new sort of technologies and approaches that were coming out of the field of genomics. This was happening at the time that the Human Genome Project was running. It was far from being finished, but it was a time of a lot of really new and exciting discoveries in that world. We were starting to learn that we really could harness the power of genetics and genomics. So the company, of course, the ultimate goal would be to develop drugs to treat certain diseases. And one of the main focuses of the company was in the field of immunology. So they wanted to, both do some basic research to understand processes in immunology, but ultimately to be able to treat cases where where there's an imbalance in the system. So my participation was from the genetics, genomics, molecular biology side of things. And then in the lab right next door to me, there was a very strong team of immunologists that was led by Dr. Fred Ramsdell, who's a co-winner of the prize.
Yeah.
And so for this particular project, we took advantage of a spontaneous mutation in the mouse that was observed at the Oak Ridge National Laboratory in Tennessee. And this mouse, which was named Scurfy, kind of because of its appearance, has a massive autoimmune phenotype. So the immune system has just gone crazy in this mouse, and it's lethal within the first couple of weeks in male mice because it was found that it's located on the X chromosome. So in a male mouse where there is only one X chromosome, if they have the Scurfy defect, they show this autoimmune effect.
Gotcha.
But female carriers who have, one copy of the mutant gene and one normal X chromosome are fine. There's no disease. So the thinking for the folks at this biotech company was that if we could understand the molecular basis of this really interesting phenotype, which is similar in some ways to what you see in really severe autoimmune disease in humans, for example, perhaps that would give us a handle to something that could be developed into a treatment.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we got hold of the mice, and my team worked to, use the power of genetics to better define where this gene must be located.
Yeah.
And then we took advantage of all the cool new genomics-related technologies and resources that were becoming available to actually generate a really fine and accurate DNA map across a pretty large swath of the X chromosome. And then it was a matter of sifting through all the different genes that were in that region and then ultimately finding a really tiny 2-nucleotide change that had happened in the scurfy mouse that you didn't see in any other normal mice.
What is your hope with the years of research that went into the work that you did, and Fred and all three of you actually? What is your hope with that as we go forward?
Well, I think the hope has at least partially been realized in that what our discovery allowed was kind of a whole new field in immunology that's around these regulatory T cells, which is what we found was defective in the scurfy mice. So the gene that we cloned is called FOXP3, and it has turned out to be a really key driver for the development of what are called regulatory T cells, which kind of put a damper on the immune system. So obviously in the scurfy mouse where that function is missing, what you see is massive autoimmunity. And so since our discovery, the field of regulatory T cells has just exploded, and many labs around the world are figuring out ways of harnessing the power of these regulatory T cells, both finding ways to enhance their activity in the case of autoimmunity or organ transplantation, for example, or in the case of, in some instances for cancer treatment, you want to actually tamp down the activity of the regulatory cells. So it has been, truly gratifying to see that there really has been practical application of the discovery.
I bet.
Yeah.
I wish we had more time, and I could talk to you all day just about the research that went into this, and obviously the award itself. And I think on behalf of all of us who have heard this announcement, just congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Just incredible work that you've put in, and enjoy that trip to Sweden, and just incredible. Certainly putting us on the map here in Seattle, so congrats, and thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Incredible. A Nobel Prize winner right here on ARC Seattle.
Well, we often do stories about the incredible work that's being done right here in Seattle, and people come from all around the world to study with great minds like we have here this morning with us. We appreciate that, Mary. And again, what an incredible achievement.
Yes.